Hey guys, it's Kate here and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to build a cottage-style home. This home features one bedroom, one bathroom, and it has an in-house laundry. I think it's on a 30 by 20 lot. Don't quote me on that. I don't even remember where I built it. I'm pretty sure it's in Brindleton Bay. So it might be 30 by 20. I'm pretty sure it is. Here I'm just doing the layout and the floor plan. So I've got the one bedroom. It's got an angled wall where the door is, which I love doing. And I'm roofing it. It's pretty simple roofing. I've done some houses that have very complex roofing. This is not one of them. This one's pretty simple and straightforward, thank goodness. Actually, the whole house is pretty simple. It's cottage style, as I had said. And the layout is pretty simple, like basic. You come in the front door and you've got your bathroom and bedroom all to the left, and your living, dining, and kitchen are pretty much straight ahead and to the left. I did a front porch that I dented in, so it is covered. I do end up, like, making it bigger and smaller. You'll see coming up. I play around with this floor plan an awful lot. So here I am. I'm just making the bathroom a little bit smaller. Wow, I can't talk today, so bear with me. I'm going to fail this voiceover. I do end up giving it like a pop-in in the bathroom so that I can tuck the shower away, because originally, you'll see it, I started with just a bathtub and I don't like it, so I end up putting a full shower bath combo. Here I am just adding pillars, and I'm going to be fencing in the front porch. I use the contrast wooden fencing. I use that a lot because it's really plain. And it kind of goes with everything. I hate in Sims how, like, sometimes you get fencing and then you can't find railings to match the fencing. It drives me nuts. So I use the contrast wooden fencing, and I believe I use, like, the square post stair rail. It's all pretty basic, so it's good. We're going to be adding windows. I chose the shuttered windows, and I put them in blue. And I think that they worked perfectly. They're very, like, country cottage style. And for the front door, I used the one with that square window because it adds light. The front door was like a little nook, and it was really dark, so the window added light. We're going to be moving on to the kitchen. Here I'm just creating the laundry room, actually. I got, like, a little 4-tile laundry room. I originally was going to put curtains up, so I was going to open up the wall and put up curtains, but I couldn't find any that worked that I liked. Like, I could have filled them and made them work, but I didn't really seem to like it, so I ended up putting a door. I'm just adding lights so you guys can see what I'm doing. And there I put the door on the laundry room, and we're going to move on to creating the kitchen. So, oh, I found that lovely little knitted mailbox from the knitting pack. I love those. They're so cute. All the stuff from the knitting pack was adorable. And I used this yellow washer and dryer. I tried to use yellow on the outside of the house, which you'll see later on. It didn't work, so I ended up changing it. But I like the bright yellow. I imagine that one sim lives in this house. I imagine she's a female, as the sims I make usually are, and she works as a freelance writer. That's my job, so I guess I kind of relate to it. It also gives your sims the freedom. You don't have to be at work at a certain time. I like that. I'm creating the kitchen here. I used these cabinets from Parenthood. I use them way too much, but I love them, especially like the open-ended ones that show the plates. I think that they're beautiful, and I wish they were in my house. So I've got those there, and I put a fridge and stove. They're not the best, but they're not the worst, so that's there. And I wanted an island in this kitchen. As you can see, I ended up wrapping it around the kitchen. I did at one point try to put up a wall so it wasn't as open, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I ended up leaving it like this. I managed to get a dishwasher into the kitchen, so your Sims will have access to that. And this build, of course, has been play tested and everything works. I put in the back door, but I end up moving it over, and I put 2 windows there later on. I don't know if I do it right now. No, I'm putting a living room window. So I put this big bay window in the living room. And I'm creating a back porch. I used a curved section for the back porch just to kind of add personality. The back porch is not covered, so I didn't just want a little square. I kind of wanted something. This house is pretty plain, so I used that curved piece just, I don't know, to give it some flair and personality. And we will be moving on to adding more windows. There's the kitchen ones. I also put a window in the bathroom. I fiddled with the door, and yeah. So we'll be moving on from there. I think, oh yeah, okay, I'm looking for some chairs here. I try out quite a few different ones. I think the ones that I end up picking, I think they're from Eco Lifestyle. I liked the rounded back, and they're really plain, so they didn't, like, distract from the design. And I just put a bowl of fruit on the counter, and yeah, I kind of clutter things up like that. I put a couple more lights in there. I'm not sure if I decorate right now. No, I put some cookbooks on top of the fridge, which I do often. I always clutter up the top of the fridge, because to me that's very realistic. I've got a lot of clutter on the top of my fridge, being honest with you, like a lot. And I put in a dish rack and some paper towels. I kind of wish your Sims could use the paper towel, but I think it's weird that it's just decoration. I also put in a microwave there. Now, you can't use the microwave because I sized it down, but I love the way that they look in that nook, so I usually put them in there. They're just for decoration. And here I'm going to be finding... I'm trying to look for utensils here, I think. I ended up text searching them. I still didn't find the ones I wanted, so I just put these plain basic utensils in. I do end up changing them later, but I just put those ones in for now. What I'm doing there is, if you put stuff on the counter and you move it away, and then you move the stuff, it'll stay at the level of the counter, so you can place it anywhere, still at the same level. It's very handy, and a lot of times the Sims don't even recognize that it's there, so they'll still use the counter, even though something's on it. I'm changing the color of the front door to match the back door, so it's that lighter brown, and I'm just adding a few windows. There's where I was trying the yellow siding, and it looked cute, but that's not what I wanted. I also think here... Oh no, I put in trim on. I do at one point try to put awnings on, you'll see that. But I end up removing them. I didn't like them. There they are. I love these little awnings. I thought they were really cute, but they didn't seem to work. It was like just a lot of yellow. I changed the siding to white. I tried the white with like the blue trim. I can never get that trim to work. It usually just doesn't. As you can see, it doesn't show up on one corner. Like there should be a blue pillar on this corner, and there's not. Drives me completely insane. So I end up just changing it, well, to the plain white, and we just stick with that. And there I'm removing the awnings, I think. Yeah, I removed the awnings because I didn't like the way they looked. I tried sizing them down and shifting them around, and one is not working out for me. And I've added a little window into the bathroom, so just to get some light. It was a really dark, small space. I felt like this wall was really plain, so I took these little ivy flowery things, and I placed them along there just to kind of add some personality to that wall, not make it look so empty. And I'll be puttering around with landscaping here for a little while. I used a lot of debug items in landscaping. Debug is great, and if you don't know, I'm sure you probably do, but if you don't know about debug, you open your cheat bar by pressing Ctrl-Shift-C, and you type in bb.moveObjects to move things. That way you can place them wherever you want on the grid. If you hold Alt, you can like freely place them. You also type in bb.showHiddenObjects and bb.showLiveEditObjects, and it opens up an entire catalog of stuff that you can use. Most of it is free, and it's pretty much everything in the game. So what it is anything that the developers use, it's in those sheets. So you can find literally everything. Here I'm just making a little stone path. I love these stones again. They're from Debug, and I just shifted to place them. I love these little paths. I like making them with these stones. I think they look so cute, and they make it look more like homey. So I do that a lot. Oftentimes I get carried away with lining them up, but I didn't this time, thank goodness. Again, I'm just doing the landscaping, looking for things that go together and match. I wanted it to look overgrown and unkempt, but still be pretty. Like, I don't think she takes care of the garden. Like, I don't think she's a gardener by any means. But I wanted to give it some personality and color, and when I think of a cottage, I think of, like, wildflower gardens. I'm putting this big pink debug tree in the backyard. I don't get to use that enough. Like, usually it's too big and it goes into the house and it drives me nuts, but it really worked out here. I'm just trying to find some more flowers. I thought of the purple ones, and they just seemed a little too bright, and they took attention away from the rest of the garden. So I ended up switching those out, and I think I put in, like, daisies. I put some yellow flowers in there, but they're very dull and muted, so they don't distract. And I'm just making sure they're not going in the house, and fiddling around with the landscaping. So we'll be doing that here for a while. I know you've probably noticed that my voice is really nasal. Just so you know, I have a medical condition, and it makes my voice sound very nasal, and it's difficult for me to talk. So sometimes it's going to be more nasal than other times. I'm trying to find a doctor that can fix the problems so that I can go back to normal, but I haven't had luck yet. So this is what I sound like for the time being. I try to fiddle with it a little bit in the audio so it doesn't sound so bad, but you will notice it. And yeah, just so you know, that's what's going on. I haven't been able to find a doctor. Here I placed that little cute knitted mailbox at the front door, and I put another pink tree. I was in debug fiddling around with this little metal thing that goes around the tree. I loved it, but it was not working, so I ended up getting rid of that and just moving on. You'll see later, like when I raise up the foundation, all of a sudden those little vines raise up with it. So I end up putting a bunch of these like white daisies, I guess they are. I'm not sure what kind of flowers they are. I'll point them out when they come. If you guys know what they are, you can leave it in the comments. But I use them a lot. Like they're right in the normal menu. They're actually there. Yeah, those. I don't know what they are. I use them all the time. They come in different colors, I think. But I put a bunch of them. When I raise up the foundation, though, those vines go up higher. And I end up having to put a bunch of those white flowers there to try and cover that up. And we're moving on to the bedroom. I was going to originally put the bed under the windows, but I didn't like the way it worked, so I chose this adorable, I guess it's like a handcrafted bed, and I end up putting it in the corner there. I love it. It's, again, with the yellow. That was kind of the theme of this house. It's funny, because usually my houses I have, like, blue. I use the blue shutters, but this time the inside is, the theme is all yellow, so there's a lot of little yellow touches in this house. I put this mirror in the corner. I end up moving it later. But I put it in another dresser for your Sims, so they have 2 dressers and a mirror and a closet, so I have a lot of ways to get dressed. But yeah, I'm just kind of moving it around, shifting it around. I end up switching it out for a chair soon, because I feel like I have a chair in my room. I also have like a little trunk. It kind of catches all my clothes. That's where they end up. It's very messy. But I like the idea of having a chair there so that your Sims can, like, I don't know, sit and read or throw something, like their stuff, their clothes that they're wearing tomorrow can get folded and put on the chair. Here I'm choosing a carpet. I love that carpet. I use it in a lot of my builds. I think in real life I would have that in my house. I like the colors. It comes in the beige too, and it's really nice. But I really like them. I put this chair there and I changed it to like the beigey golden color, which you'll see in a moment. And yeah, right there. So I changed it to yellow. And I'm just kind of placing lamps. I come around and fiddle with them later and kind of clutter up the side table. But that's what I'm doing there. And I think I'm going to add a ceiling light in this room. I cannot handle when my Sims' houses are dark. It drives me nuts when I'm playing and their house is dark. I think one of the first things I do when I go into a build, like especially the EA builds, they're always so dark. I add lights. I can't do it. I like it being bright so I can see what I'm doing. And here I'm just adding pictures. So I put that little sunflower one and that other butterfly one there above the bed. I don't think I've ever used that outside of a children's room, but it fit really well in this room and I liked it. I chose this yellow wallpaper with the white wainscoting. I tried to like play around. I thought of using the wooden one, but it didn't look right. So I chose that one and I love it. And these curtains are one of my favorites in the game. I like the colors. I use them throughout the house. I probably could have chose different ones, but they just worked. I like them. They've got like that little hint of yellow. So yeah, there I am trying the wooden wainscoting, and it just darkened it up too much. It didn't seem to work. So I kept the white. And yeah, I think I'm just putting a robe on the wall. And I put a lamp in the corner here. Originally I put the lamp in yellow. I ended up changing it. Oh, the little pictures go on the wall. Yeah, when do I put the lamp? I guess I do it. Oh yeah, right now. Not that lamp. I put that lamp, and I originally had it in yellow, but I changed it to the silver. I figured our Sim can sit there and read. I put some books over on the dresser here. I ended up coming back to clutter up that dresser a bit more, but I put some books for them to read. And we're going to move on to the bathroom. Originally, I started out by just having a tub. I ended up changing that. I felt like, okay, some people just want to have showers. I know a lot of people that only like showers. I'm personally the bath type of girl. Like, that's what I do. I take baths. But I know a lot of people like a shower. So I end up creating a pop-out afterwards, and I tuck a shower tub combo in there. I'm adding in the toilet paper, which I try to not forget. You know, when I did forget in this build, you'll notice later, there's no garbage can in the kitchen. I forgot a garbage can. I end up going back when you do. If you want to download this from the gallery, there will be a garbage can in the kitchen. Just so you know, it's on the gallery. My name is K8Simsley, so it's a K and a number 8, Simsley. And it's also going to be under the hashtag K8Simsley, and it'll be there for you to download. You can play as you wish. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm just continuing with the bathroom. I ended up putting in, I put the shower in that little nook there, and I ended up putting like a little towel holding rack. I guess it'll hold your shampoo and your towel and your soap and all that fun stuff. It seemed really realistic to me. And we're moving out to the front room. I'm just looking for a shelf to stick here. I think I end up going with like something keeper. It's like a little shelf with a vase on it. And yeah, that one. So I end up putting that in the corner, and I put one of the hanging plants again from Nifty Knitting above it. I love that pack. Like, it came with such good stuff. And I'm super excited for the new Snowy Escape pack. The build buy items, I've been watching videos like crazy, and they look so good. I am so excited to try some of these things out and just fiddle around. I pre-ordered it the day I heard about it. I don't even care about the gameplay. I'm just super excited for the building items and the new debug. So I ended up shifting the door back a bit there just to make that space wider, and I put in that thermostat, I think it's from Seasons, and a little coat rack. I always put a coat rack, like quite often. I feel like it just makes it look more homey. I've got a desk here in the corner. I fiddle with the chair a lot. I'm just trying to find something that the woods match. That's one thing about The Sims that makes me crazy. You can never find matching woods. Like, it's so hard. But I end up going with, I think it's a chair from Get to Work in like a yellowish golden tone, and it works really well right there. And I put a computer and a lamp, and just something simple where she can do her work. If she's working at home, she's a freelance writer, she needs a computer. So that's what I'm doing there. And we're moving on to the living room. I put this TV stand and this couch from Eco Lifestyle, which I love, the clean straight lines on it. I do put this console table, but I end up changing out the TV stand for the one from Tiny Living. But I put these chairs again from Eco Lifestyle. I love the furniture in that pack. They're just so comfy and cozy looking. I would put them in my living room. This beautiful table just to give some personality. And I fiddle a lot with the furniture here. I don't think you see it. I think I cut it all out. But putting a rug in here, I struggled. I tried like 20 different rugs, so you'll see it's going to suddenly appear. All of a sudden, there's going to be a rug there. Yeah, so that's what I did there. I guess I'm just fiddling with the furniture here. Oh yeah, okay, so here's where I'm changing. Yeah, I changed the TV to this all-in-one. So it's got a TV, bookcase, and stereo. It's from Tiny Living. And there, the rug suddenly appeared, as you can see. I ended up changing the color slightly later on. But I'm just lining up the furniture, which apparently is taking me a really long time. So I need a dining table here. I wanted to place a dining table. Originally, I went with this long dining table, which would have been good, because you could have had 6 Sims, like, sit at the table. But I figured it's a one-bedroom house. The odds of you needing 6 Sims are slim to none. But I put it there with this light. I end up changing it shortly. You'll see that. I changed the light and the table. But I started out with them, and I actually think it looks good. I like the plainness of the table because it doesn't distract from the rest of the house. But I did end up changing it to a smaller table, and I switch out the light so that the front door and this light both match each other. And I'm happy with the way that it turned out. So here I'm painting the kitchen. I chose the bright yellow with the blue tiles, and I used the matching bright yellow in the rest of the house. It's a little bit bright, and if you didn't want it, you can switch it out for any color you want. But I like the way it looks, and I imagine this sim is happy and perky, and yeah, I guess that's just what it is. So there I'm changing the color of the rug. I guess I thought like yellow's probably her favorite color. So pretty much everything in this build has yellow. I chose these cute lamps. They're not overly yellow, but they have like yellow flowers. And I put this little lamp between the chairs. I ended up changing that lamp out. I'm also trying to fit this candle holder in, but it didn't work out. The lamp by the chairs, I end up switching and I move it over to the corner. I still keep it in the build, I just put it somewhere else and I add some plants. There I'm changing the dining room table, and originally I put these like lighter wood chairs. They have this design on them. I forget what pack they're from. But I end up switching them out just for the same. The chairs that I choose match the ones that are at the counter so that it's all like kind of tied in and it's not just a hodgepodge of, I don't know, mismatched furniture. I don't know if you guys can hear my computer fan. For some reason, this last few days, whenever I run my editing software or watch my video on my editing software, my fans run really loud. Yesterday, it was driving me insane. Like, I've tried everything to fix it. I ended up ordering new fans. I'm going to have to install them. But I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, they're running so loud. It sounded like an airplane taking off in my room. Like, it was overwhelming. There I was, just switching the chairs to match the ones that are at the counter and putting lights in the front room, and the same one goes above the table there. I'm not sure where we go from here. I think that... Oh yeah, there I move that lamp. And I add this one. Again, it's from Eco Lifestyle. I use a lot of that pack in my builds. I keep hitting my microphone. I switch it out to the white so it's not so overwhelming with the yellow. But that's there, and I add these plants right there. I end up fiddling around with them to get them to fit where I want them and how I want them. And I'm going to clutter up the windowsill. You'll see I use a red shelf. It's actually CC, but it does not get left in the build. It's just meant to help you place things more precisely. If I remember, I'll try and put a link in the description of this video. You can download the shelf if you want. But yeah, it's great. It helps you place things on things you're not allowed to place things on. And it helps you just more precisely place stuff. So you put the stuff on the red shelf and drag it over where you want it. I end up cluttering up this whole windowsill, and then when I raise the foundation, all the plants fall down because they don't move when you raise the foundation, so they all fall down and I have to do it all again. You'll see. It takes a long time this time. The second time it doesn't take as long. So, yeah, we're still just cluttering up that windowsill, as you can see, adding all these plants, and I think from here we move outside. So I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, what I do is I go through to the outside of the window, and if you pull the plant, like you lift it up, switch your view to outside and pull it towards the window, you can place it right in on that window shelf. So I added a chalkboard in the kitchen. I'm going to put up some more drapes. I think I added another window over by the computer. Yeah, right here. So I added a window over by the computer. I figure if she's sitting there doing work, she can look outside. It'll be nice and relaxing for her. And yeah, we just go on outside, and we're going to add a wall decoration on the porch. At one point, I tried to add a rocking chair or a bench or whatever on the porch. It wasn't working. So I end up putting more plants out there. You'll see that later on. But I'm just doing some landscaping and putting stairs. I've got like all those little white flowers back here. That's where the plants fell through the window. I don't think I noticed right away, but they all fell down. And you can see them at the bottom because I raised the foundation up. I'm not even sure I put foundation, like a design on it in this video. I did before I put it on the gallery. I went back in before posting this on the gallery. I added a garbage can, changed up the foundation, just made sure it was all functional, play tested it. So here's a grill and a table on the back deck, so your sons can grill or sit out back. I thought it'd be great in like the view behind this house. It is in Brindleton Bay, and it's right on the water, so you could like sit there and look out at the ocean, or like, I guess it's an ocean. So I put that, and I add a couple of plants out here as well. She has a lot of plants. She's not a gardener, but she likes potted plants. And so I put 2 of them out here. And yeah, so we're just doing that. I chose this one. I think it's from the Star Wars pack. It's really unique and fun. And I put another little one there as well. No, I don't remember what pack that's from, but it's cute. I like that it's in like that milk can. I think it's adorable. I had a plant like that in my house. I'm putting a little birdhouse. I also put a bird feeder, so if your Sims are sitting on the deck having their breakfast, they can watch all the little birds. I love how in The Sims there's actually birds that come to the feeder. I think it's so cute. Over here, I'm looking for, there it is, the bird bath. And I put the bird bath, and I noticed the long grass at the edge of the property. So I try to like mimic it, but with flowers. So I put like a bunch of wildflowers, and I just kind of make it look like it's all growing into her lot. I do end up sizing them down and moving them around, and I put a heck of a lot of grass in here. And I tuck the bird bath like into a nook in the grass. And you will see I end up placing a bench so she could like, or your sim, doesn't have to be a she, could end up sitting out there and, I don't know, just relaxing by the ocean and enjoying the summer breeze or spring or fall, whatever time it is. And here I'm going through debug again, just looking for more plants, trying to like make this look overgrown but pretty. You don't want like gross overgrown, but it's gonna be a little overgrown because you can see the long grass there. It's like it is fading into the flowers, and that was my plan. Just continue to make it blended with the surroundings, if that makes sense. I do end up finding a little piece of fencing, which you'll see soon, from debug, and I also put that in here, and yeah, you'll see that in a minute. Other than that, yeah, it's just trying to blend it into the surroundings, and we're going to work on that. So it takes me quite a few. Landscaping is not my strong suit, I'm not going to lie to you. But there's that piece of fencing. I do fiddle around with landscaping a lot. My problem is I tend to get carried away. Like, debug, honestly, is amazing. There's, like, literally everything you could ever imagine in there, and I tend to get so carried away with it. But I think I did okay on this one. I've got a couple of sections, like, that are a little overgrown with flowers, but nothing too crazy. I tried to match them all to one another, so at least it was cohesive. There I'm putting this adorable little bench. I think it's from, like, romantic stuff, or backyard stuff, and it's got, like, moss growing on it. It's old, and it's great. It's a stone bench. I love it. Here I'm looking for a picture to put above my desk. The one that I put there I end up changing out, because I don't really like the way that it looks. I think I put, like, a picture of a sword there or something. It's nice, because, like, oh, I gotta put the picture of that. I put these little pears just between the kitchen and living room, just to kind of separate the space. There's the little sword. I end up changing it out later, you'll see. And I put this lovely autumn picture at the front door. I sized it down so it fit better, but I thought it fit this season perfectly well, and it actually suited this house. I did fiddle with those plants and move them around to make them sit better, and I put a picture up in that corner. There I noticed the plants had all fallen down, so I go get that shelf again, and I redo this window, placing all the plants there again. This time, like I said, it didn't take me nearly as long to do, but yeah, I didn't like that. I don't know what I was thinking. But I'm placing them all there, and I think I go back out and like touch up the landscaping in the backyard under the window just to make sure it's all lined up after raising up the foundation. Placing plants on this can be a pain in the butt. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I struggle and they won't go on there right, or they're sticking through the window, but it worked out okay this time. Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat. So I'm doing that, and I think we're going to move on to add clutter into the bedroom. Oh, I'm trying to fit this little, I love this little cabinet, and I wanted it somewhere in the build, but I could not find a place for it to go. I tried the living room, I tried the bedroom, it didn't work. So, I didn't end up using it. You can if you want, you can add it to the build, you can change anything. But, it would not fit for me. Here I am just cluttering up the dresser. I think I put, like, body creams and makeup. I think I put like a picture and that little octopus stuffy from the knitting pack. I just add some clutter on it. Oh my goodness. To make it look more realistic and lived in. We've got our books there, so if your sim wanted to sit on those chairs and read, they can. And yeah, there's that cute little octopus. I love all this knitting stuff. I can't stress this enough. Alright, so from there I think we go clutter up the side table. I only clutter up one of them because I tried with the other one and I couldn't get anything on there that I wanted. But I'm putting a notebook, a soccer picture. I imagined that the sim that I would create to live here, maybe she has a niece or nephew that plays soccer, and they gave her the team picture, and so she's got it beside her bed. And we move, oh no, we just go move this lamp. I was going to say we move on, but we're not there yet. We just moved that lamp so it sits better on there. We're painting the bathroom and the laundry room to match the kitchen. I thought that bright yellow was so fun, So I did it throughout the house. You can change it if you want, if yellow's not your favorite color. There's those white plants I was talking about. I'm just kind of cluttering them up there to cover up that empty space when I raised the foundation. And we're putting a rug in the bathroom. I chose this little blue rug to try and tie in the outside with the inside. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I really like the way this little house turned out. It's fun and bright and airy. We're going to change out this picture now. I put in the picture of the animals from cats and dogs. I thought that was really cute. Perhaps the sim that lives here, you have room, you could put a cat or a dog in here. And maybe they love their animals, so they have all these lovely little pictures of them. I don't know anyone that has a ton of pictures of their pets, but you never know. There's probably people. I just haven't met them yet. In the laundry room, I end up putting laundry soap on top of the washer and dryer, and I put the broom. I figure she'd tuck her broom away in there. And then she would just pull it out to sweep. It's all hardwood floor and tiles, so like you'd want to have a broom close. Trust me, I know. My house is all hardwood and I'm constantly complaining that stuff is sticking to my feet. You have to sweep every day. I put a little award on this table. I imagine that if she's a writer, maybe she got an award for one of the books that she wrote. And so I placed that on the table. Yeah, I ended up finding the other utensils. They're like country-style utensils, and I put them in the kitchen instead. And here I'm just fiddling with lights. I end up using debug lights. If you do the bb.show hidden objects, you can go into lighting, and you'll find them. They show up in build mode, but in live mode you can't see them. But they add light. So I put the square one in the dining room, and I put the big round one in the living room. So it gives a lot of light, but you don't have to see the light. You'll see it here. So I put this big round one. It provides a lot of light in the living room, but you don't see it when you're playing the game. So it works out really well. I'm adding an outside light. I don't know if I put one at the back door. I must have. But I just add some more landscaping here. And yeah, I put some plants, and that's it again. And you can always download this on the gallery. My name is K8Simsley, K and a number 8, Simsley. Or it's going to be under the hashtag K8Simsley. You can download it that way and play as you wish. I think we're coming to the end of the video, and there's not much else, so we'll go into screenshots here. But yeah, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.